Så bruger det på fester.
Live.
Ja.
I think Belgium. So we are still sat in Julie's driveway, and so
Yesterday,
on that way, not
yeah.
much has happened.
Though yesterday we had an online client because we have online clients right now. Something happened with Vlad,
Yeah,
and he said, "So, oh, it sounds really
exciting.
exciting that you're on the road and living in a camper van. That's the wildlife." And we say,
Yeah,
"Well, yeah, sometimes it's pretty good.
and
Other times it's like you're doing an online session in your living room. That's also your kitchen, and that's also your bedroom and your kids' rooms and
your
your
car.
car." So
So
you
yeah,
can,
we actually been doing a lot of sessions the last couple of weeks or so because
mhm.
we had to move our stuff back in Denmark, and we've had until the 1st of February to
Yeah,
do it.
we have 3.5 pallets left
That's all the stuff we have in this world is 3.5 pallets
and a bike.
and a bicycle, and then of course this RV slash camper van. So that's all the earthly belongings we have. But we had to move them because of a they were with a friend and he couldn't have it anymore. So we had to find another place, and we had to get some money to have it moved. So we put up all these sessions for $15,
Mhm.
and people took them, and it's been so much fun.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah, and people got a lot out of them,
Yeah,
so we're really, really
and
happy about that.
we were able to pay the man back in Denmark to move our stuff, and it's
Yes,
done.
it is done.
So now we can relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good to have it done.
Hey, sweet ginger lily. Yeah, and now, well, yesterday we did that session with one of my very, very old clients that I've had for, well, since 2011, so that's 12 years now.
Yeah,
That's amazing. And that was really good too. And now we're getting ready for, we have this big event coming up on Saturday slash Sunday, depending on where you are in the world, about water
and light.
and light.
It's so exciting. We're so
And
excited.
it's again like one of the things is with like our sessions and the stuff we've been doing in Denmark with the body work and everything, it's really difficult to communicate what it is that we do. And this as well, like because we were like, yes, so we're gonna do this and everybody's gonna come and watch, and like people are like, so water, what is that,
Yes.
like, who, why? That's just something we drink. Yes, thank you, Lily. We can't wait either. We
Yeah.
think it's going to be so amazing. Like first time we interviewed Veda Austin, we had our minds so blown.
Yeah. I haven't watched the interview
Yeah,
afterwards, but I can remember we just sat down and we are like, okay, so she knows her work is really like groundbreaking. It's gonna be a really interesting talk. And then she opened her mouth and just gold poured out, and we are like, we sat
yeah.
like this for an hour.
Normally we talk to the people that we interview, like we have a conversation, and here we're just like,
We just gobbled it up.
because it
And when
was,
and when she she made like a short break to catch her breath or something like that,
we're
or to wait for a
yeah,
reaction from us, we were like, I want to say something, I want to say something, because we all our puzzle pieces just fell into place. We're like, oh, now it makes sense, now it makes sense, now it makes sense.
And the people that
Oh, it's
that
the water.
watched
It's
that
the water.
interview as well,
Yeah.
they like so many people said that was the missing puzzle piece. That's what made everything make sense to me. So we've been wanting to talk to her forever, and then we found Carrie Bennett as well. We've been following for quite a long time, and her stuff just really, it makes so much sense. And those two ladies together, like what they're talking about, it's going to be amazing. I
Yeah.
can't wait for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We wanted to have Eileen
McCusick.
McCusick on too. We were just made aware of her existence and her work. She's been doing her work for 20 years, and it's really important work,
Yeah.
but no one have ever heard about it until now.
And that's the thing. All these
Yeah,
things that are coming up now, like we're stepping into a completely new
and
world, completely new paradigms,
and
or completely
yeah,
old paradigms.
we can feel, all of us can feel that this is right. This is now. This is the time.
I can
This is
feel
the,
it in my waters.
yeah, it's the truth. It's what we've been waiting for. It's like, yes, finally the chains comes off, and we can live in the world that our hearts know is true.
Like Charles Eisenstein says. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
The
what.
more beautiful world that
Oh,
our hearts know is true.
yeah,
Yes,
it's it's happening, and
it's
it's
happening now.
so exciting. It is so exciting.
The lid is gonna come off.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine when all the people that used to kill other people, when their inventions came out, when they're gone. Imagine what will happen. It's just gonna say poof, all these inventions comes out, and we have it all. We have the free energy, and we have the cures, and we have the
And
whole
we
thing.
can communicate with each
Yeah,
other long distance without having to use these devices maybe.
yeah,
Like we can just sit down and communicate.
yeah. Finally,
Finally.
what we all do in dreams,
Yeah.
and when people have near death experiences, it's the same thing. And when we do a session, and I can tune in, and I don't feel like I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing
And
the
whether
person
that's
in my mind's eye, and I feel their emotions.
so
And
we can
I'm gonna
already do it.
ask, and yeah, 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 so we can all do it. So I'm gonna talk with Veda about this because I had an epiphany last night. I was like, this is. Oh, I'm so excited for it because it makes sense because I was like, how in the world can I feel what other people are feeling emotionally and physically too? How is that possible
Mm.
when there are thousands of kilometers between us? So how is that possible? And now I think I know it. It's the water, and we're gonna talk about that, and the light, of course, too.
Yeah.
And I so wanted to have Eileen McCusick on because
We're going to have her
yeah,
another
yeah. So
time.
we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do
Yeah.
a. I hope we're gonna do a series of it because it just ties into one thing
That
to
would be
another,
cool.
to the architecture, to everything.
Yeah.
It's it's
Cymatics.
yeah, exactly. And star forts.
Yes.
That's why there's water around the star forts
Of
because
course.
yeah, it's batteries. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Spoiler alert. We need to we're gonna invite Outer Didactic
Okay.
to
You
talk
have
about
to
semantics.
remember to write these things down.
Yeah, because now I know we need to do a series about this, how everything ties together,
Mm.
so we can unveil everything, so we can remember it. Ah,
That is so
it.
funny. Yeah, and the thing is like of course it's not a coincidence. Like you have come to a place
Yeah, it's
and now
Lily.
you
Lily just wrote because people cannot
yeah.
see this.
Okay. I've just stumbled over you today and Vita the other day after listening to her podcasts. And these things happen when it's time. Like it's always been said, when the student is ready, the master will come or the teacher will appear. And not that we are masters or that, but we are all here to help each other through the process. And when we come to some discovery in ourselves or a level, then suddenly all these new things appear, and we just draw them into our lives. Like uh, that's another thing we were talking about in some of our sessions. Like we are all these. If you look at an orange or an apple, they all have that toroidal shape. Like every living thing has this toroidal shape around. If you go out and look at a tree, it has this toroidal shape where you have the root net and then you have the crown. So it's all the same. And we are electromagnetic beings. And when we are in the now, right here and now, then we are at the center of our electromagnetic field. When we're not out in the future or in the past, when we're right there in the middle, that's when we're strongest. And then that electromagnetic field will pull in all this information and stuff
Or maybe it's already doing it, but we cannot read it because we're not in the
because
middle.
we're not in the present, because we're somewhere else.
Yeah,
So we have to
that's
be
what.
right here to pick up the signals.
Yeah,
It's it's just marvelous. It's marvelous that all this stuff is coming back.
I, this is. I've just been waiting for this since I was a kid. I remember just looking at the adults and what they told me was life, and I was like, this is wrong.
Yeah,
Why are you doing all this? Why are people complicating everything when it's so simple, right? Don't throw garbage in nature. Like, it's so simple. Just
yeah,
don't do it.
yeah,
Why make up products that hurt people?
yeah,
Just don't do it, right?
yeah,
It is so simple. So, and now it's finally happening. All the torture and all the struggles, it's gonna vanish.
yeah.
And pretty quickly.
We've come to a level now where this development cannot be held back anymore.
Yeah,
So we're all helping each other out there to bring
yeah,
this
it's,
into reality. And
yeah.
it's
We cannot sit on this knowledge anymore and not share it. And that's why we're so excited to share it, because everyone needs to know this so we can help each other and spread it, and everyone can remember how it works and then go out and do it, right?
yeah,
And it's, so, and we're chosen that this is gift economy too, so you can pay what you can. So it's a minimum of $1.
because that's the only way it was possible in
Yeah,
the system.
yeah. So a lot of people have bought tickets for just $1. Some have bought for $10. Some from 15.
One for 16.
One for 16. And we're gonna split it in the end. So
Yeah,
Carrie gets a bit, and Veda
yeah.
gets
Everybody
some,
gets a
and
third.
yeah, and we get some.
Yeah,
So everyone can join, right? Everyone can join because it is so important.
yeah,
Yeah, we cannot sit and hide
yeah. And that's
things
we're
anymore.
going to have to do some roundtables also on finances and economy, because that's another thing that's been polluted. It's not just the water that's been polluted, but our means of
No.
exchanging energy with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. We have had huge problems or troubles with finances, and me more than you, I think, because I have a really hard time with money.
I think it's the same. It's just, well, not the same, but in different ways,
Yeah.
because I really have struggled with it too.
Yeah.
So that's it's a
Because
paradigm that needs to change as well.
yeah, because for me, the way I see it is that money equals energy. That's the way the system has set it up, right? So you have to use your life energy, your time, and your physical presence to in exchange for money. And I don't want to charge people their life force, right? So that's
And
the problem for me. So I don't want it, but I need the money. So we're kind of forced to torture
yeah.
each other to survive.
And again, it's not true.
No,
Again,
it's not.
it's not the
It's
true
not.
world. Like
No.
everything that we need, nature or God already provides, and the rest you can buy in the supermarket. But food grows on trees, and we can work with the animals to in a symbiotic relationship with the earth and the animals for them to also provide us food and the nourishment for the soil. And but everything's been skewed so much, um, where we torture the animals and we torture the earth, and then we get inferior food products that make us sick in the long run. And the powers that were took 50% of the money we made, and all these things. And
Yeah.
it's going to change, like at least for thank you, Lee. So are you. Yeah, it's I know that this is going to change. I don't know if it's changing for everyone. I think there's a group that will that will need to have some more incarnations or something. But for
But we don't know.
we don't know. We don't know. That's the thing, is we don't know. Like we there's something in us in here. This this knows. It's like, yes, this is true, or this doesn't feel true. But this one, where we've been put up our whole lives, many incarnations, like we've been forced up here to be thinking, and this little thing that doesn't really do much, it thinks it knows stuff, and it doesn't know anything. It knows nothing. But here, you know instantly. You can feel it, if it's true or not. And I know this is true.
Yes, you have us all to yourself.
Yes. Do you have any questions?
If you want more, we offer
We
sessions.
also offer sessions. Yes. So normally on these Tuesdays, we just talk about what's going on. So it's both for us and whoever, if anybody follows us. But we
Yeah.
also, like, if you have any questions about anything we're
Yeah.
doing, or well,
Yeah. So
anything.
we're so we've been living in our very old camper van from '88, in for 16 months now, I think,
Yeah.
with our two kids, and one is a teenager, and the other one, the youngest, she's born with microcephaly, so she lacks like half of her brain, and
And she's the one that's forced us
that's why we're
to
here. That's why we're here.
become, like, to develop. But it's been,
She's been kicking our asses
and she
the whole
still
way.
does it
Yeah,
every day.
but she's doing really good.
The tireless master, just keeping our nose to the grindstone.
So now she's 10 years old, and she starts to write words now, and she speaks a little bit of English, and of course Danish, and she
This morning she
sweet
was counting in
in
Swedish.
Swedish, yeah, of
Yes.
course. And she is starting to draw, not just what I used to call it like thunderstorms, but now she's actually starting to draw and tell me what she's drawing, and accidentally drawing something and then recognizing it and say, oh, it's an apple. And
Hello, Lima.
yesterday was the first time she put on her apron, and she took the what's it called,
Strings.
the strings, and put it on the back and crossed them and to the front, and she made a knot, and she tied it all her by herself.
And
That's the first
normally,
time.
normally she can never tie or untangle something. Like if she
Yeah,
sits with like headphones, like the cable will become like one big knot
yeah, yeah.
afterwards. So that's a huge development for, and that's because like she's missing the um hey Viva, she's missing the connecting part between the two hemispheres of the brain. So actually getting things to work from one side to the other, like tying a knot, you have to use both hands. It actually takes a lot, or untangling something. Yeah,
Oh, your name is Eve. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Eve and Rick. Yeah, it is. It
yeah,
is. And when she was born, the doctors were very concerned.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a
That's a whole other
whole
horrible
very
story.
angry story. Uh, but now, yeah, after like 3, 4 years, they said you don't need to come to the hospital anymore.
Yeah,
And we just went to like
she's an.
checkups
They
and
said
measure her
like I
heads.
have to say the doctor said yeah I have to say she's a miracle
Yeah,
story.
she's
Uh,
a special needs miracle, but still, they weren't not
they thought she might not be able to walk or crawl
talk or
or
anything
go
and
to school
learn a
or
different language.
definitely not learning letters. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about anything?
Ask us anything.
Is Rick going to be joining us for Saturday? I think he should. I think you should both. If you haven't already, I think you should both.
And where are you in the world?
Oh, was it you that I wrote with earlier? Regarding the length of the round table?
Yes, she
Cool.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, so the round table is going to be at least an hour. I'm thinking it's going to be difficult to get the ladies to stop talking when they first get started.
Yeah, and we don't want to stop them.
No, we don't want to stop them, and
We just want
I
as
know
much
that
information as possible.
I know Carrie was really excited to get to talk to Veda, so I think it's gonna be
You're in
so
South
nice.
South Australia. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'm really trying not to say good day, mate. And I didn't
So you
succeed.
did it anyway.
I did it anyway. I'm not allowed to talk any other language.
No. So yeah. So how was near the desert? Oof, that sound well. And it's your summer now. How hot is it?
We have friends from Australia.
Yeah, they managed to escape from Melbourne, but it was really difficult to get them out of the country.
Yeah.
They had big problems getting being allowed to leave the country. He's Danish and she's Australian, but they've
Yeah, and
been
he had a job waiting for him.
yeah 41 degrees. Jesus,
Yeah,
that's
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 warmer
too
than here.
much. That's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much of a desert person.
No, she thinks this climate is arid. It's because of the farming practices they've had in this area for the last 2,000 years. So right now it's just olive trees everywhere, and they clear cut the ground, so all the topsoil has washed away
Yeah.
for the last 2,000 years. But it can be cured really easily. It's a really gorgeous area where we are right now. Oh, nice. Yeah, where we're sitting, we're very close to the ocean as well. So Saxa and I, we walked down into town. Well, Saxa is our son. Walked down into town yesterday.
We are 2 hours south of Barcelona.
Yeah,
Barcelona. Sitting here in
Julie's driveway.
Julie's driveway for the third week. Before that,
because we're waiting for a house sit.
yeah, before that, from December 3rd, we were house sitting for another British couple here on a farm.
Yeah.
So for a month, we were house sitting and taking care of their animals. They
Yes.
had 20 farm animals we took care
And
of.
they used to have like a whole zoo, and like literally they
They
used
used
to
to have a
have a zoo.
zebra and a camel and everything.
Yeah.
But now the most exotic thing they have are peacocks.
Did they have a giraffe?
No, they
No.
did not
All
have a
right.
giraffe.
Okay. So five peacocks, four sheep, one goat, two pigs, four geese, and
And 4
some.
chickens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun, and it was like that's the life we want. Like
Yeah.
we want to do this part time where we are interviewing people and doing online
Doing
sessions, but we also want
and
a
body
little
treatments.
and body treatments,
Yeah.
but we also want our homestead also because
And
it.
writing books.
Yes, and
Um,
Katrine has wrote a book, and we need a place for both our children, of course, but mainly for Lou to have a meaningful life where she can take care of animals, and we want to do some Airbnb. So we're looking for our place in the world where we're going to settle down,
yeah.
and we have a feeling it might be the U.S.
It's a children's book, but it's in Danish.
Yeah,
So
and translated, it's called Fart Rabbit, and it's got very strong overtones about what has been happening the last 3 years, but put into humorous language, putting things into perspective.
it's a multi-layered book.
It's a multi-layered book.
Um, yeah. So in 2 weeks, we're gonna be in France on another house sit for a month and a half,
Yes.
taking care of 2 small dogs. In the south of France. Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's
a month and a half.
yeah.
And Sax's friends are going to come down.
Mm-hmm. Our friends too.
They're our friends too. Yes. So that'll be really nice.
Yeah.
We're looking very much forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we should stop this now. This we're
Really looking forward to
yeah.
you being on the round table.
Yeah.
So
Please, everyone, come and have an experience.
yes,
Have your minds blown.
yes,
It's gonna be wild.
it's gonna be
It's
a
gonna be
wild
wild.
ride.
It's gonna be life changing. And it's not just a word. It's because it's true.
Yeah, I know that.
Nice to meet you too. See you on Saturday.
Yes. So
Really?
lovely, so lovely
Yeah.
having an interaction
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
strange way, but really, really nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you
Yeah.
and your husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Have your questions ready.
Yes, have your questions ready, and if you have questions ready already, you can email them to me. Now you have my email. So yeah,
All
thank you.
right. Bye bye.
Bye.